One of the biggest challenges companies have today is actually aligning products, customers, and employees in today's complex world. Even if we assume that everybody has a positive intent in coming to work and trying to do the right thing by the customer, it's not possible to do that unless they have visibility into what are the customer needs, what are the customer requirements, what the various interactions with the customer tell us about the customer, what the market needs. A whole bunch of inputs like that need to be considered and then presented to both employees and to the marketplace in a way that's easy to understand, easy to respond to, easy to do something with, ultimately easy to make a decision about, and then get into some sort of action. Employees and customers are people, and they're motivated by a level of trust that they can receive from the company they work with, whether they work for it or whether they buy from it. So the biggest challenge is really giving everybody a common view of what the product direction, product strategy, and what the marketable output of a given company is. For the employees, how do they contribute towards that finished product so they can satisfy the customer? And for the customers to understand what that product is going to do for them, what that product is going to evolve to over time, and then ultimately, what does that mean from the company perspective as to whether a product is successful or not. There's a big business impact if we don't have alignment between employees, products, and customers. The biggest problem one can immediately see is where the employee doesn't know how to do the right thing, doesn't know that they're even working on the right thing. And that, from a company perspective and employee perspective, is a huge issue. Quite often, there's a large number of products that reach market, and the product was built as designed, but it doesn't meet the customer needs. So there's a large amount of failure in terms of how the product meets the market. And the reason for that is the employee doesn't have visibility into exactly what it is that they're solving for that given customer, and whether the problem is big enough to actually arrive at a profitable outcome. From a customer perspective, quite often they get a product which they don't have enough information about that meets their need, but if they don't have that connection with the company, the employee, and the product input points, then it becomes a situation where it's one-way traffic. If they happen to hit it once, well, will they hit it again? Do they have an ongoing evolution that meets that particular customer's needs? So it's very much a guessing game. And this needs to be a science. It's a much more structured approach to the business. Best-of-class companies create a situation where customers, employees, and the product specification comes together in a very tangible way. They allow for customers to be able to provide their input, provide direct communication into the product's organization about what it is that they're looking for, whether it's they bought the product and they have some enhancements or defects that they need to address, or whether they bought a different product from the company before and now they would like the company to grow into another adjacent area. They want to make sure that the product's organization within the company is able to respond to the customer in a tangible way, so it's not a one-way communication. And then ultimately, the employees need to have visibility into this structured data that's coming from the customer so that it's understood exactly what they should focus on. And the benefit that they see when that's put in place is a much more satisfied customer base, a much more predictable rate of acquisition of new customers, and a much higher rate of retention of customers that they do have, because not very many companies get this right. When a company gets this right, the business results that they can expect are quite tangible. They can expect a much higher degree of retention of the existing customer base. They can expect that both the employee and the customer are going to be in a state where they know and there is some sort of balance between how they satisfy each other's needs. Employees' needs are satisfied by having done the job well done. It's appreciated by the customer and in the marketplace and through sales. The customer feels that the company is listening, so they can respond to that through references, through additional services that they may choose to buy from the company, and also staying on to the existing product that they have bought. And then overall, the products organization now can focus its investment, which is usually quite sizable, into something that's giving tangible results to the company instead of being a hit and miss affair.